coming to this language conference. For me, it's the first time I was interested to come because I was invited, and I bring my family along, expose them to what's the conference is about. I've been to many conferences, but I haven't been to the language conference. But hey, it's good. I come from Kalgoorlie.
Oh.
I'm a Aboriginal Ngaju man and Wangka and all sorts of tribes. Basically, I've sort of referred myself being from Northern and Cal, Esperance. It's reviving. I see a lot of people speaking their language, reviving their small projects at school and things like that. And I think the southern parts in WA sort of trying to rebuild and are rebuilding, reconnecting back to the old ways of language, because that's identity and that's our culture, it's our place in society, and it's our spirituality, So I suppose colonisation sort of whitewashed and brainwashed our minds in a way because of being systemised through different government acts and things like that, and even the way society is structured, and even the way our language has been affected. It's like taking away the heart of Indigenous Australians. And I always had a bit of envy on the northern groups because I wasn't impacted like the southern groups.
Right.
And my Ngāti people up there, they got a dictionary and all this. They still have first their language. Isolation, nothing brought the Europeans up there more. I suppose, they're strong in culture, even other groups, but Kimberleys and other places are strong in culture, strong in being proud of their law and language, and they hold that. I think the southern groups, like myself, that's part of my father's side of the Western Desert, in the Lean Open side. But when we go back to the southern side and my mother's side, we'd come from the Israelite Bay, Norseman, Balladonia. Grandmother born over here in Kalgoorlie, out in Victoria Springs, Kalgoorlie area. So there's a tribal connection right down to even the Fitzgerald range, So we just sort of survived through those institutions, missions, reserves, lived on the outskirts. My father lived in the mission, I lived in the mission, and she lived in the reserve. She was going up bushing all that. I went out on the station and worked. Other siblings was around. We survived in a way, but most of us passed on. Young guys, young women, whole family units, just trying to survive with colonisation. But I thought it was a big thing for me to bring my two daughters along. and help them to reconnect the language. So, like, seen all footage on television on time. Mount Ragged where my great grandmother was born. She died in reserve, buried off the side of the road. And there, Mount Ragged, Kalgoorlie, that looked beautiful. And I said, that's where another origin where we came from. Then further down into the White Bay, then another origin goes on and on. I really like to reconnect within the language. Language is, I think that I did very much the soul of Indigenous people, you know, because it tells us, you know, where identity gives us purpose too, you know. But being told that you lost your language and you don't need your language, being told your language is not important, you know, just being, you know, the systems continuously breaks those, incarceration, welfares, all the social injustice. It's inhumane, you know, the way they treat language, your language, our language, you know. But I don't know, maybe I'm going too far. But I think language is, it's a survival of our race. That's the only thing. And anything, it's like if any man or woman was dying, the last senses that they have is their hearing. Well, in another sense, if our race was dying and our last senses is their language. Doesn't matter what colour you are and how assimilated you are, or how many generations you came from, as long as you're carrying your language with you, you look like a Chinaman. You still got your name. And there, people know that this man come from this country. He speak that language. But he look like a Chinese. See how important that is. Our language breaks down all barriers from people's perceptions.
Yeah.
And that's why the southern groups have that longingness to get back into connecting the language, because it's hard for them. It's hard for them because of colonisation. You know? And I'm part of that southern group.
Yeah.
That was, that's sad to say, you know, but that skin, you don't want to make a comparison of who's Aboriginal, you know, but I'm part of that group on the southern side. These other mob look at us, oh, you like the culture. They don't look like Aboriginal. Some of my family down there, they don't. But it's sort of the part of the oppressive behaviour, turning our people against one another. You know, the voice. What people used to, they said, oh, it's not for the grassroots people, it's for the elites. They divided us. Then I asked opinions about the grassroots people, and they said, no one talks to us. Yeah, that was tough, eh? But anyway, I believe that language. It's man and woman soul. We need to reconnect back to that, our way of speaking, the origins. Yeah, very important. Having to listen to all these other speakers too. That was amazing, you know. That was innovation. Like, wow, this is happening, that's happening over this side, and that's happening. Oh, who's fighting the policies? Wow, this is happening. You don't know all these small challenges out there. Anyway, that's